Good day, YouTube. This is just a bit of a comparison between Lubuntu 20.04 on the left and Linux Mint 19.3 on the right. So both the latest release versions here. So getting into it, we can see, start of all, it does look a little bit different, the desktop environment in particular here. So on the left-hand side with Lubuntu, we've got the LXQT desktop environment, a fairly lightweight desktop environment, just for real basic ease of use for maybe lower hardware, smaller hardware or less powerful hardware like an older laptop, something like that. And then on the right, we have the Cinnamon desktop environment championed by Linux Mint 19.3, or in fact Linux Mint for a very long time, made in-house there. So it is quite a nice one. I will just quickly jump to this one and say, yeah, it's very Windows 10-esque. It's very beautiful. I do love what it's doing. It's quite a very nice one. But they both have a bit of a HUD or search display there, which is nice to see too. But yeah, one's a little bit heavier than the other, but I'll circle back to that in a moment. Next up is the, say, the file managers, something people like to occasionally look at there. Now, both file managers, both fairly functional, both very workable. On the left, Lubuntu, something called PC Man FMQT, a very long name for that one basically, but there's a lightweight rewritten file manager that's really nice. It's good to use. It's maybe not as easy on the eyes, but it's still very workable and yeah, very nice there. And then on the right, we have the Nemo file manager. So, got a few extra options there, including open a terminal. So a little bit more functional, a little bit sleeker, perhaps a little bit less colorful, but sleeker nonetheless there. Moving on, if we were to have a little bit of a look at the backend configuration here, let's see. So let's open up this, and we'll see a couple of important details here. So Lubuntu is based off 20.04 Ubuntu, whereas Linux Mint 19.3 is based off an older base version of Ubuntu, which is 18.04, so a couple of years old actually. So you are going to get older kernels, you are going to get a more perhaps quote-unquote stable backend, but less hardware compatibility, that sort of thing, whereas it's more so latest and greatest in comparison, at least anyway, for Ubuntu, so that's nice to see there. If we were to have a look at some of the apps, we've got everything that you would normally need from both. So you've got your text pad apps, some basic games, graphics apps, internet browsers, office applications, all of that there that you'd really want to have. But you can download most of these things even if they're not on the other machines, so nothing too much to worry about there if you feel like you're missing out on GIMP or some other program or an office application, for instance. If I was to switch across and have a bit of a look at the CPU and RAM usage here, so CPU does look okay. Oh, it is ticking out there on the Linux Mint for a moment, but it looks like it's calmed down a bit perhaps. On the left-hand side, though, we'll start off with the RAM. So 350 megabytes of RAM straight off the bat. Nothing really else open here. Let's just close down a folder or two, make this as fair as possible. So these have both been booted up from scratch. So there's nothing really in the background, which means this is the amount of RAM that you'll be working with upon boot up for other applications there. But quite a significant difference. I don't want to say twice or half as much for Lubuntu, but 350 and then 630. So definitely for a smaller PC, and that's what Lubuntu, that's what its ethos is all about. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just a super simple, quick video on a comparison between both of these operating systems here, both latest releases of which I'll be doing an update shortly on when Linux Mint 20 comes out, a couple of months, I believe. They haven't really given us many updates as to when that's occurring. Bit of an alpha phase at the moment, but again, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment, subscribe, hit that like button, and yeah, appreciate your time, your support, and I'll see you in the next one.